the what? That's for you. Woohoo! Bang, 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 bang. No way. Oh, here we go. What's up, everybody? Bad Gamer popping back in. And of course the camera's not on. That would just make sense, you guys. Oh, come on, dude. What the butt? That only makes sense. Jeez, oh, Pete. Well, here we go. All right, you guys. It's Monday, and I'm like, you know what? We finished Horizon Forbidden West. I'm going to be doing the side stuff off stream, and I was like, okay, maybe we can get to a chill game today, right? And I was going to do What Remains of Edith Finch, and I think I still might tomorrow. But I was up super early this morning. I literally was up 2 hours ago, you guys. It is 6:30 a.m. right now. It's 6:30. I was up at 4:30, and I do not know why. But so I was watching these art videos on YouTube, and I got some ideas. So I thought, okay, we're gonna do a coloring stream today. And oh, hold on, I also need to move my camera because you guys mentioned this before that you couldn't see my face, and I thought that should be fine, but okay, but you guys were not all okay with it. So I thought, okay, let's do an art stream today. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, as you know, our patrons, and I'll put a link in here for those of you who are patrons and you're tier 3 patrons. You can get coloring pages made from images that I've taken in games. I do coloring pages, and tier 3 patrons get coloring pages. And I thought, all right, well, let me find out different ways that we can use these, because I'm about making sure that we've got options. Always have options. And I just dropped papers. I'm very much about having options for people. Now, not just options in images to color. Like, I know we got some Fortnite ones here. It's a Fortnite one here. Here's one that I did with Aloy. I wish that was sharper. Why can't I get that sharper, you guys? Do I need to pull it up? Here, hold on. Let's do this, you guys. We're still perfecting how this works. So I'm not sure if that's any better. But yeah, so Aloy here, some Fortnite here, and as you know, I've made the images for the rest of the year here as well, all kinds of images. But I learned a technique this morning that I really wanted to try, and I wanted to find just the right image to do it with. So I thought, since we've already done one type of coloring here, and in this one we used alcohol markers, we also used some pastels, and some coloring pencils, colored pencils. I thought we could try something a little different, and we could use this method that I just learned involving gel pens. All right. Now, a lot of people think coloring, and you think, okay, we take that image and we color inside everything. I learned today about a technique where you don't color inside anything. You color outside everything. So basically, I'm gonna take this gold gel pen here. All right, you guys, taking the gold gel pen. And I'm going to outline everything. So it's gonna look like a gold foil more than anything. All right, so let's hang out today and we're gonna try this technique. This pen is a little thick, so hopefully it'll be fine. Now they say tracing is easy. I don't know. And I don't know about what paper is best for gel pens. This is a Bristol, I think it is. It's a cardstock. It's a Neenah cardstock. I got it on Amazon. A lot of pages, a lot of sheets. As a matter of fact, I sent a picture of it to somebody. And where's my phone? Can't find my phone. Literally just had my phone. Did I put it over here? Nope. Oh well. So that's the problem with having a black phone and black everything around my desk, is it melds in. Seriously, just melds into everything. Oh, yep, right here, corner. Let me see what kind of paper this is. I sent it out over Discord. Let's see here. It is. It's a lot of messages, y'all. It is Neenah cardstock. And it is. Yep, it's a 65 pound, so 147 GM Bristol paper, 325. Yeah, Disney. Like I said this morning, I just didn't feel it. It was I planned on it last night. We by the way, you guys, Disney and I played some Fortnite last night, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play What Remains of Edith Finch tomorrow, and we see how that turned out. Disney, we are trying a new coloring technique that I just learned this morning at about 5 o'clock, where we're gilding. We just take a gel pen and we just go on the outside, covering all the black as we can. So that's what it looks like so far. So as a matter of fact, here, let me adjust the camera a little bit more for you guys. We're gonna turn the exposure down just a little bit. Here we go. Brightness. Mess with the contrast a little bit. Oh, no, not that much. Wow. I'll turn the brightness up just a little bit for you guys. Mess with the gain. That should be good. Yeah, so, but yeah, like I said, I wasn't feeling it this morning. So I thought I'd try this technique. And I think it's a good Monday morning chill stream before we get into the hustle and bustle of the workday. And I was even on time this morning, Disney. So yeah. Plans for today? What you got going on? I think what I really want to do is kind of get back into the heart of where we, like, I love playing games. Don't get me wrong, I love playing the games. But we used to do a lot more of techniques and gametography stuff. And I think a stream a week of just something artistic back into the heart of where we were. Things that we can do with our gametography. I mean, Disney, can you imagine doing diamond painting with your game photos? Diamond painting with your game photos. Come on. I would watch you do that. Especially seeing the end results of stuff. Oh, come on. %100% would love to see you do that. And the key is, if it's black, we cover it with ink. So even some of these darker lines, and I'm just going to go section by section here. And I think that this is a technique, depending on the size of the image, because this is a 5x7. If I were doing my regular sized ones, 3.5 by 5, this 5x7, because we're not going in and we're not doing all kinds of blending, I think that this 5x7, you guys, is not going to take long. And then we can try another technique that I learned this morning as well, that I'm super excited to try. Yo, I don't think the camera's picking this up. Hold on. Guys. Look at this. Look at that shimmer. Oh, I'm digging it. I don't know if you guys can see it as well. But man, I dig this. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Yeah, I like it. Oh, I like that, you guys. Okay. Hey, Butters. We're trying a technique. Oh, you can see it now. You can see it now. We're trying a technique where we take a gel pen and just do an outline for coloring. And it's everything. If it is black on the page, we cover it with a gold and doing a gold foil type style. And then I learned another one this morning that I can't wait to try. Bunch of artists coming up in here this morning. Butters is a magician with colored pencils. Disney has all kinds of art techniques she uses. You guys are awesome coming in here. Oh, from this angle right here. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good, you guys. I found that doing this coloring, has really had me looking at different aspects of creativity that I hadn't thought of before. You know, I've noticed lately that I ran out of patience and just do solid colors sometimes. Oh, dude, your shading is on point, though. You should try this, though. Get some gel pens, dude. You know, go get some low-cost gel pens. Wait for a sale at Hobby Lobby, or get them and get some gel pens and try this. Just one solid color. I mean, imagine like this in a sparkly red. Or maybe you do this in the colors you would color totally in, right? You totally color this in, but the outline is just the color you would use. Oh. Dude, that would be kind of cool. Oh, I'm gonna have to try that one too. But right now we're just doing the gold gilding. And I love doing the coloring streams because I just get to sit and chat with you guys. You guys know how I get when I play video games. I just like I can't talk. And so I miss a lot in chat. And that's why I like to have at least one of these streams where it's just us hanging out. At least one a week. Now, some of these lines are thicker than others, so we might have to do a couple of passes. Yo, you guys, I love it. It's this one right here. This pesky black one right here. Yeah, that's better. You guys, this is so cool. And it's like anybody can do this. You know, this isn't just a regular bad gamer. If I can do it, you can do it. I've heard you need to go back to Gemini. Why? You have to go back to Gemini? Why? As in, like, it's a mission? It's a side mission or something, Disney? The other thing about doing this gel pen, guys, is that, like with alcohol markers, you have to work fast and you have to, if you want to blend. Here, you work at your own pace. Like, I can literally leave this overnight and come back to it. Oh, I love it. I didn't, like, I saw it done. I was like, oh, that's cool. But I actually love this, you guys. Awesome, Disney, I will. Yeah, dude, abso-freaking-lutely you can. Butters, you of all people, sir, 1000%. All right, so I don't have to press down as hard as I'm pressing down, you guys. So I'm traveling to Spokane, Washington this Wednesday to attend in-person course of my master's, and I'm freaking the heck out. First time going to classroom in a long, long time. Butters, you know how much we love you. There's no way they're gonna love you any less. You get in that classroom and you own it Butters style. I mean, maybe a little less sass, but still Butter style. And I just found out I have a 40-minute flight connection in Denver. You got this, bro. You got this. What is your major concern? What's the biggest concern you've got? Not that I'm going to be able to dissuade it, but I'm curious of what your biggest concern is. Also, guys, light touch. Light touch seems to be the way to go here. It's a communication, and I need to speak to people and do teamwork. I'm not good at teamwork. Lies and deception. Butters. Butters. What do you think it is when you are on here giving advice, chatting with us, giving me a little bit of a hard time because I'm overthinking stuff? That, sir, is what the professionals call, and this is strictly a professional term, freaking teamwork. I mean, just so they get to know you and appreciate. Because honestly, Butters, I love the crap that you give me. You among, actually most of you guys, especially Disney, keep me grounded. And as much as I might freaking Butters it, I do appreciate it. Uh, you know exactly what it means, young lady. You have little sistered me for years. You guys, this is dope. I might add a tier to Patreon. Like maybe 5 of them. There's only 5 available where each month I send out the like you get the coloring page, but I also color one for you. I might add a tier to Patreon for that. What do you guys think? Is that a good idea? And maybe I do it in a different style, different medium. And maybe everybody gets a different medium. So I'd have to have like 5 different mediums. I'm not sure. We are lovely people, especially you, Disney Pix chick. What worries me the most is that I may think somebody else ideas for the work we need to do is stupid, and I may say it out loud. You know, working from home on the phone where I have a mute button so I can say whatever I want. Yeah, I think that, you know, that you definitely need to have a filter. Or at least find creative ways to let people know that we don't agree with their idea. Or one thing you could do is ask, you know, what the benefit is of doing XYZ method over 1, 2, 3 method. All right, why would we do it that way? You know, what's the benefit of doing it that way versus this way? And maybe they actually have a valid reason, but on the surface, you're like, nah, that's dumb. You guys, I love this method. This is so cool. The important thing is if it's got ink on it, black ink on it, it's got to be covered with the gold. You guys, I dig it. I have a "are you kidding me" face. I've been told that before. That, my dear love, is what I call the toddler approach. Basically, ask the why 3 times. Yes. You guys, look at that. I like it. All right, so another, and I don't have another copy of that. Another method that I just learned, you guys, and I don't know how it's going to apply to here, but another method I learned is just coloring in gray. So I'm gonna grab some gray markers here. That's a warm grade 8. I don't think we need a warm grade 8. Ooh, hold on, I got it. We'll do a 1, a 3, and a 4. All right. Try a red outline. Absolutely, I will. All right, so we're gonna just try. I'm just gonna try a grayscale coloring. Now, again, I don't know what I'm doing here, you guys. Like, I kind of have an idea because I saw this video, and I'm trying not to do exactly what I would do with a regular coloring. But I'm just giving this a try here. Where it's just a little bit. Not really doing color per se. And we're just picking a little bit, it's warm gray 1, of what goes where, kind of just shaping. A little bit of this. All right. Red outline. Absolutely. I will try that at some point. Try not, these markers bleed quite a bit. So I have to be super careful. I kind of like it. Again, I think I'm going to definitely have to practice with this technique. But I kind of dig it. I don't know. What do you guys think? How you like that? All right. Now let's go here. And I think the key is that we're just hitting the edges. Agent person is here. I'll be running around for a while. Sounds good. Thanks for being here for while you can, bud. So yeah, just trying some new techniques, you guys. Yeah, these bleed a lot, you guys. Check this out. Yeah, these bleed quite a bit. Not Arteza. Yeah. I got to get ready for work. All right, Disney. And I think that, you know, some of this technique is really good for, you know, I just want to get a quick coloring fix in. I mean, because like we are an hour in it, where it usually takes me an hour to do full color. This outline, the outline stuff, and then this style. I'm probably gonna have 2 images done. One being a 5x7 size as well. So yeah, I kind of dig this, and like I said, I think what I'd love to try, and I'm gonna try Butter's suggestion, I think, and do a solid like color. Yeah, I dig this, you guys. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, we do have to watch out for a little bit of the bleeding, though. That's definitely a thing.
We dream so colorful. Oh, we love so strong. The world is relentless, the city won't sleep. It hardens your soul, brings you to your knees. But we can face it all.
Yeah, or blue accents and blacks. Solid colors give you an animation feel, something 2 tones for a slight shadow, like a blue and a red. And I think we could even try, honestly, you guys, we could try doing this style, just a solid, like, variations of the color. Like, this is all gray. Oh, I heard the camera. When I'm not playing a game, I notice when the camera goes off, guys. Like 2 greens, dark red, sliced with a dark. Yeah, exactly. Because I think I like how this is coming out, dude. I think we need to go up in here. What if we use the chisel for our main. Yeah, we do the width of the chisel. For that. And then with the accents, we go with the brush. And I think it works, this style works well for the gametography stuff. I might, you know, kind of, it's a little just. Too distinct. Yo, I'm liking this. Are you freaking kidding me? Yes. You guys, come on. What? Oh. No, that might be a bit much. That might be a bit much. I like that. I like that a lot. You guys. Oh, I should do something with the eyes. I might not go too super deep with the eyes, but yeah. Come on. Oh, seriously? So we're going with some simplistic designs here, you guys. This real simple, solid color, but maybe different tones type deal. All right. Now, do we try that with this one? What do you guys think? Oh, hold on. Just got a text. Nobody texts me this early in the morning. hopefully it's like a not an emergency. Oh yeah, it's my cousins being dumb. All right, awesome. So again, guys, we're trying, instead of full color coloring like we have here, we're trying simplistic coloring, just keeping it simple. Should I try like the solid, like color, like very colorful, but single color, like a blue or a gray, or I mean not gray, a blue or a green or a purple or a yellow? Should we try it with the 3 tones, or do with this? You know, it'd be a larger version of that, but with a color. Do we do blues? Do we do purples? Do we do reds? I know what Disney's gonna say. Disney's gonna say greens. What does your gut tell you? I kind of want to try purples. I kind of want to try purples, you guys. Purple it is. All right, let me find some purples to use, you guys. I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna stick with Copics on these. Oh, I just dropped 3 of them. Hold on for a second. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, those are. Oh wait, no. Good thing they fell under the desk. You know what I really wanted? Well, I tried this yesterday, and it didn't turn out too bad. I tried colored pencil. Hold on, let me grab it real quick. Sorry, not colored pencil. I tried watercolor pencil with alcohol blender, which turned out pretty good, and it's on the main figure on this one. And then a lot of the background is the same technique, but the outline and the corners are oiled colored pencil. So that's watercolor pencil, you guys. And I learned some techniques with watercolor pencil this morning, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. We're gonna keep going with the simplistic style. Now the thing about the Copics lately is they've been dripping. So we're gonna give her a try. And we're gonna do the chisels for our main. Oh, hold on. I had other stuff underneath it. All right, and then we'll do our brush. Then we'll bring our other brush back in, kind of blend that in. And then we'll go with our deepest shadow. Just ever so slightly.
I've got my sights on a brand new beginning. A steady rhythm will hold me to the shore. I've got my sights
I think the brush
on a brand new
definitely gives us that wispy look that I like.
shore.
I don't think this is the same Bristol paper, you guys. That's definitely going to make a difference. So once again, if you are a tier 3 patron, you get coloring pages, and I'd love to see what you can do with them. All the coloring pages are based off of my own gametography. I'm going to keep trying with the brush. I liked the chisel but I like the wispiness of this that we've got going on here. Going here. Yeah, that purple's darker than I thought it would be. I thought we were going to get a easier blend. But nope. So I got to get the base layer down even more. Now the other thing I just recently learned is you can shade just like if I took this lighter color I can just go over it again and that'll dip more pigment down on there, so I can get extra shading just with this same one, and it might be an easier blend. just do tiny bit. Push that darker into the light one just a bit. There we go. Okay, I feel like I need to do just a little bit here. Yeah, I definitely think this is not the Bristol paper, you guys. Yeah, the Bristol paper did such a better job. So important for you to have the right paper when working with the markers, for sure. I mean, it's still not looking bad, though. What I'm finding now is I just have to work quicker. Get these darker layers laid down a little bit faster. While this ink is still wet. And then go back over them super fast. Yeah. That's the technique. Because the paper is absorbing it so quickly, I have to go back over it a lot faster. So just gotta work quick. And in chunks, in sections. Yep, that's the key. Chunks and sections.
Yes, you're very quite tough.
bad luck. You think you're going crazy. Look up, there's a new life waiting. Your head's buried in the sand. You've been dealt the wrong hand. Can't imagine how you feel. Only you know that it's real. Don't look
Oh, I like this, you guys. Oh, 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 wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. Come on, Lamb. Rookie mistake.
back, just carry on, carry on, carry on. Because you are stronger. Yes, you are stronger. Because you are
Just gotta work fast. Yes. Oh, I like the way this is turning out. The purple looks a lot like the gray. You think so? How are you managing the color bleed? Well, I just know, like, each type of marker that I have, like the Sanjokis, bleed a little bit more than the Copics. Copics bleed a lot less, and my Prismacolors, oh my gosh, my Prismacolors barely bleed. So, what's a good tip on how to use the marker? I usually end up with a colored hand when I use markers. I'm very careful about where I hold. So like, and alcohol markers, they dry pretty fast, especially depending on the paper you're using. Like, which is why I had to be super careful. I mean, not super careful, but super quick about throwing these together. Like, the other paper that I was using, like this paper is different than this paper. So I have to be quick about the blend. And I just recently heard someone say that if you don't see, you got to check the back of your page, and if you see any white spots, it means you didn't lay down enough ink. And there are some here. I keep forgetting I have a marker here. I mean, a camera here. You can see here I didn't lay down any ink. That's the eyebrow. Here is right there. So this is pretty well covered. And he says he chats more with art streams, lies and deception, so shut it, Disney. Okay, there's a bit of difference. Yeah, together there's a definite difference when you look at them together. What if I see spots? Go see your optometrist. No, if you see spots here, like, are you using alcohol ink or water-based ink, Butters? Also, morning, Tom.
paint a picture in my mind.
Um, let's see here. Not sure anyway. Yeah, I think that that's going to be a big part of it is what kind of markers you're using, what kind of paper you're using. I'm learning that. I bought this Nina Bristol, and Butters, if you want, I can send you a picture of what I picked up from Amazon. Well, here's the thing. I'm probably coloring my pad here, but honestly, I'm not. It's not much. It's not much. I do have something I usually use, but it's all the way over by the couch. It's like a full 8 feet away. You want me to go 8 feet, Butters? Monster. Yeah, absolutely. It's what I picked it up. I've got several types of paper that I've been using. This might be the regular cardstock that I picked up, that I'm using now. I didn't mark what kind of paper it is, and I should always mark what paper it is. So yeah. Definitely more focused. He gets much lost in coloring compared to video games. Maybe because he's better at coloring. Freaking Tom. I don't know if I'm better at coloring. I die less when I'm coloring. That's for sure. But, yet the laying down the ink fast enough on paper where it dries fast is super important to get a good clean blend. And the feathering technique is also pretty important. I like it. Cameron plus Deanna, what's up, D? How you doing? You bleed more with color. That's true. I die less coloring, but I do bleed more with coloring. Oh my gosh. But I definitely enjoy coloring more than drawing. I can't draw to save my life. But guys, I've been enjoying this coloring thing so much. So very much. All right, guys. So look at this. We are just more your morning Elden Ring stream. I thought I saw a notification that you went on, but it was super early, and I was like, there's no way. All right, guys. So in the time it usually takes us to do one image, by keeping it simple We did the gilded style of coloring with a gel pen. And we did on a 5x7. We did a 3.5x5-ish monocolor in warm gray and one in the purples. You guys. And these are images that either have been or will be part of the tier 3 Patreon. You guys can try this stuff for yourself. I think now, guys, do we try this monocoloring? Do we try monocoloring with colored pencils? Should we try it with colored pencils? That one's a pretty detailed image, and it's small. Deanna leaves her work at 6:20, so I stream from 6:30 to 7:45, until I need to get ready for work. Oh, okay. Oh, it's Cam this time. Hey, Cam. Oh, raid song. Raid song. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Raid song for Cameron and Deanna. Good morning, to you there. Thanks for bringing over here. Thank you for reading Cam and D. I just noticed that your names give the thing that we all know is called a CD. So I think it's fitting that you get a song. And if you knew the words, you'd probably sing along. Thanks, Cam and D, for being here. Let's all give them a cheer. Thank you for being here. Thank guys. There you go. All right. All right. So do we try monocoloring on this one? I'm trying to do just like I have plenty of coloring book stuff. Monocoloring with colored pencils is what I should say. Or do we do the gel pen? Because some of you guys didn't get to see the gel pen action that was going on. What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to see? Monocoloring, colored pencil. This one's going to be a long one if we do the gel pen, for sure. Maybe we should try a different image. We also have these that I can cut. What do you guys think? What do you want to see? Or we could do any of these with gel pen. He's only more focused because shiny objects don't keep popping up and there's not photo mode, at least not the same kind of photo mode, right? These are already done in photo mode. Here, while you guys are considering what you want to see, I'm going to cut these. And Tom can... it is IRL photo mode. We're creating our own filters. I did notice it, and I saw some gameplay, Disney. I will probably end up getting it eventually, but I have so much that I haven't played yet that I'm still holding off on it. It's the same Borderlands, Borderlands 3 photo mode, which means that I definitely can get some coloring pages out of that. I'm finding that the ones that are less detailed with shadows and such yield the best coloring pages. For instance, here, let me go to, give me a second. If you look here, like Overwatch does a good job with coloring pages, as does Agents of Mayhem is iffy. It really depends. I have some that are great and some aren't. Overwatch is good. Fortnite is perfect for it. Fortnite's absolutely perfect for it, you guys. Genshin Impact is okay. It's pretty heavy. I've gotten some good stuff out of that. Lem, you need an emote of Doug from Up when he gets distracted by a squirrel so we can use it when you get distracted. I think I need a sound. I think we need a sound deal. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is pretty good. I got another Kingdom Hearts. This one's super detailed. I will not be doing the gilding one for that one. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's do this. Give me a second, you guys. I can't see chat right now. Give it a second. Channel points. Here we go. Hold on, let's see this one. Yep, we are doing that one. The redemption is 1,000. And it can only be done every 2 minutes. Add reward. All right. There you go. So here it is. Redeem for 1,000. There you go. Ask and you shall receive, you guys. But you get, here's the thing. If you use it, that's at least a 2-minute. You guys know that you'll have me for at least 30 seconds. And then that's only another minute and a half before you have to get my attention again. All right, I think. All right, so what did you guys decide? What do you want? No sound because it's connected to game sound. It totally went through. Oh, that's right. My bad. So it'll come back. Hey, oh wait, I'll let you hear it. I'll let you hear it because I still have it on the other screen.
So that I may talk, squirrel.
So it'll come back in 2 minutes, you guys. Got to run and start class. Later, Tom. Thanks for being here, buddy. All right, you guys. What did you decide? Do we try mono coloring with colored pencil, or do we try single colored gilding with this one? Like, instead of the gold gel pen, like we have here, we try like a color. I can't promise that the monocoloring with colored pencil is going to go well. You think gilding will take forever with this one? I mean, you're right. We only have 30 minutes. But this one... You know what we could do? You see the netting. You know what we could do? I could try monocoloring with the watercolor paint pencils. Give me a sec. All right. This skin in Fortnite is very purple. Oops, gel pens. Is very purple. But we just did purple. So do we go with something else? Do we go with pinks? Should we try with pinks? We did not do a green yet. We have not done a green yet. All right, so let's go here. That one. A mid. And here's a dark. All right. We did, yeah, because we did a warm, cool color, and now we can try a different cool color. It's a little bit warm. All right, I am gonna need a scrap page for this. Here we go. Stay there. Because I'm gonna need to wipe the blender off. So we have the good old sketchbook, you guys. Remember we did this? I got a lot of tests for colors in here. I even started to try to draw. Ugh. All right. Now let's actually run a test here. So that's one pass, two passes, three passes. And then one pass for the blending piece. One pass for the new color for the blending piece. And then one pass, two passes, three passes. One pass for the blending piece. One pass for the blending piece. 1 pass. 2 passes. 3 passes. Now here's the thing with this, guys. Watercolor, you have to go light to dark. And the beauty of this, you guys, is that it dries so fast. So if I need to do another layer, I can do another layer almost immediately. Whereas if I was actually using water, I would have to wait for it to dry. Also, I would have to use watercolor paper. But you guys can see, look at that blend. That's a pretty blend, you guys. And this is on paper that's really not meant for this. So let's see what happens when we get some of this other paper, you guys. Look at it, that's dry already. Well, not completely. Also, doesn't really go on the other side. Clean on the other side. Ooh, I should use a clean sheet because this is blend. That's alcohol marker, and it would blend. It would bleed through if I activate it. So. All right, so I think it's important that we do this. And remember, we're doing the technique where it's here, we're gonna put some more, put it further in. And I gotta remember, as it not being marker, I could actually put down all of my highlight right away. Where I want the highlight to go. But I do need to leave room for it to blend into the white. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys can't see that. My bad. My bad. All right. And then we're just going to go on the edge just a little bit with a darker color. That darker green. And unlike the marker, like I say, what we have to do is go from the light back into the dark. So, again, I want to thank Dark Flowery. Dark Flowery is the sponsor for this part of the video, the stream, because she's the one that got me these watercolor pencils, and we've barely used them, and I think it's time that we do. So, Flowery, if you're watching this back, thank you. We're gonna give this a little bit more over here, because now we're gonna take our darkest Cannibal. What's up, Innocent Cannibal? So a recap of what we've done today, Cannibal. You know how it takes me an hour to get through one image when I'm coloring? We tried some simplistic designs today. We did gel pen gilding. We tried warm gray mono coloring. And we did some purple mono coloring. And yesterday I tried some of this is the watercolor pencils, and today we're trying monocoloring. Well, right now we're trying monocoloring with watercolor pencils. And since Disney Picchick is here, we're using her favorite color, which is green. With the colored pencils, and then we're going to use an alcohol blender to spread these in. All right. Yeah, so what's going on with your anxiety, sis? Hit me. All right, so we have to remember we have to go light to dark. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to bleed this down some. Oh, yes. Really? Oh, that dog. What are they going to do? What do they say? Animal control she'll look at the picture of the dog off leash and only issues her a warning. Well, here's the thing. You have record of all of that. If she keeps doing it, if it keeps happening, you call them back. You say you issued her a warning, and you know what? These are the results. Pretty much nothing. What are we doing? What are our next steps? Yeah, okay. Now, the next step here, you guys, is we got to do something in here. There's not enough inside there. They have to actively catch the dog off the leash again to do anything. Oh, wow. Oh, jeez. Ugh. That's... All right, let's do this. We're gonna build this up in here. Now, here's the thing. Like, this paper works okay for colored pencils. It's great for markers. It's fantastic for markers. It works okay for colored pencils. So that's why I don't think I'm getting exactly the result I'm looking for. But considering what it is, I don't think it's too bad.
No, God!
What? Oh,
No,
thank you.
God, please, no! No! No!
Cam, just so you know, there's also a 1-point redemption for this. It goes like this. So you are aware. Butters. Also, any of the redemptions will get my attention, so. You know, I'm just going to go straight to the darkest one here. You know what? Hold on. What happens? We're gonna do this. Give me a second. I am digging this mono stuff, you guys. This is fantastic. And the cool thing is, look at this. I can still drag some of this color. Oh, this is great. I like it. Zoltar, drumming like one of your French girls. Cannibal, where's my hydrates are all the way over there. They're all the way. Fine. Hold on. I had to get up. God darn it. Making me get up and stuff. Now, here's something. What if we take this gel pen, and it's a shade of the same color, and we just do the outline. What do you think? All right, wait. We gotta do this though. That's a little bland there. I'm just gonna. Push some of the color in the lips. Then the mid green. A little bit of the dark green. Put some definition in this nose. What do you guys think? Was the gel pen a mistake? Do I have to do the whole thing with gel pen now? Or can we just do a few pieces? I gotta go. Send me a pic of the finished. You bet. I got 3 minutes, you guys. I might have to try to get this whole thing gilded because I like the combination. Maybe not all of it. Maybe not all of it. But this definitely... It's too bright over here. All right. Ooh, teal. Oops, I forgot the deadline for 7. No! Butters. Get to writing, sir. All right, guys. Look at that. So, monocoloring. Good idea for, quick coloring. Choose a color. 3 shades of it, 2 to 3 shades of it. And maybe some gilding, or just plain old black and white. I am very pleased, because I had fun doing it. And guys, I've got 4 finished pieces in the time it might take me to do 2. Hey, Maxwell 117. Thanks for being here, Spartan. And remember, I've been saying it a lot because Dot Pone has told me that I haven't said it enough, so I'm trying to make up for it. Make sure, if you would like to get any of these images for coloring yourself and others, tier 3 on the Patreon, $5 in the tip bucket. You get one every month, and we will. Some of these are on, like this one right here is already on there. You did 4 in the time I do 2 square inch. And it's it's a simple process. I mean, and it's fun and it's easy, and so yeah. I'm tempted because I have some stuff from other artists that I'm tempted to try some of these on. Like this one's from Raw Sushi. This is another Raw Sushi. This is a Jazza. This is the Carmilla de Errico. I might have to try some of these. Oh, this is from Jeremiah Kettner. I might try to do some of these just simple mono colors for some of their work. Yeah, you guys. And I got the idea from a YouTube video that I watched at like 4:30 this morning. And if you're not into coloring but you like these, I think we might add another tier on Patreon where 5 people can get every month get a hand colored image from me. Different styles every month, and maybe like I do the same picture but 5 different mediums or 5 different styles, and you don't know which one you're going to get. I think that might be a thing. What do you think? Should I do that? I think I do. I think I will. I think I will do that. I'll look into it today, see what we can get done, because this jazzed me up to keep coloring. Now, not that I was done. Some picture character would be a cool theme for the month. Same picture or character would be a cool theme for the month. Yeah. Yeah, I think like maybe like the previous month image. Like here, let me pull up Patreon. Give me a second here. Can you see the images? No. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I can. All right. So here we go. This is so here. Oh, can you see it? I can't tell if you can see it. You can't see it yet. Give me a second. All right. So here's a coloring page, right? So I would do that one 5 different ways. So yeah, I like it. Yeah, you love that, Miles? Nice. Well, if you want one, I have to figure out what, what tier that might be, like how much that would be, because I'd have to think about cost of materials and time and stuff like that. I don't want it to be too crazy, but I also want to limit how many that would be. Yeah. All right, you guys. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I got to get to work. Bad Gamers Unite. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it. Peace. What the what? That's for you. Woohoo! Bang, 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 bang. No way.
we go.
Thanks, Cam.